everybody.
I did not get the notification.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I am with my beautiful sisters here. My bees in crime. We got Mona in the bottom, and I didn't put her there. That's just where Talk Studio put her. And Deb, she's up in the corner. Thank you for coming in.
I'm in a timeout.
You're in a timeout?
Yeah, Lisa put me in a timeout.
Yeah, I put baby in the corner. How are you all doing this morning? I don't even know if Deb can do her romper room thing.
I did that this morning.
You can do it again. Do it again. You did it so well. And I'm wondering if she is going to do it or not.
I don't think she is.
I think she's ignoring me.
I think you're
I think she's ignoring me. So, welcome in, Deb. Good to see you. She was in the number 1 spot, got kicked off to the number 3 spot, but now.
Well, that's because I said good morning, like a little bit after 9.
And she got displaced. She got uncrowned by her own self, who the second comment is so weird. So Deb is number 1 for a a while. Denise, hi Denise, good to see you.
Hello, on the board.
Hello, Jim again. Hi, Dawn.
Nice.
Dawn said that she is doing some hand embroidery on quilt blocks. I should be able to finish during this live. Oh, that would be great. Brenda, how are you? And Joe. Oh, and there's Mona. She popped in for a second, but she's not even on the leaderboard or anything.
I don't even see her.
I am just processing scraps.
Here she is.
I'm processing scraps, and Mona and Deb.
I'm going to attempt this.
I'm sewing lungs together.
Hi, Melanie. Joe's working on her triangle top. How are you finding that to be? Are you finding that to be relatively easy, Joe? Let the people know. Let the people know.
I'll be back.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I gotta call my mom. She probably can't delete something or something. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, so let me mute her. Make sure she's muted. Hold on a second. We're going to mute her so we don't hear any conversation. Just remind me to unmute her when she gets back. So, Deb, what are you working on?
Well, I'm going to try this geo-check tote.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows how far I'm going to get with it. I can't even line this up.
That's funny. And Joe said that her triangle quilt is they're coming along easy. Love the fun Christmas patterns. I'm sure you do. I think you have, Joe, that you just love Christmas fabric. Hi, Aunt Beck. How are you?
Hi, Aunt Beck. I missed you this morning because I was doing stuff to get ready for this one.
I was getting.
She was testing some equipment or setup or something.
Well, I didn't get a chance to watch because I was getting lunch ready to go for after the live, so my husband could be fed. And I am making Mongolian beef and fried rice.
And I want some.
Oh, so I've got my meat marinating, and I got my rice made because I didn't have any day old rice. So I kind of cheated.
I never have day old rice when we do that.
When you make fried rice, you don't use day old rice?
I never have any.
Well, most people don't, but because I eat rice a lot, I generally make enough to keep some. And I hope everybody's sewing or doing something, have an activity
Doing
where we can
something creative.
Hmm?
Just doing something creative.
Yes. You can even be flipping channels. I mean, watching us. Hi, Regina.
Regina!
Hi, Joyce.
I wish I'd have gone with Sheila. She got to meet Regina.
Yeah, so full jealous.
I think I'm out of juice here. Yes, I'm out of juice.
Oh.
Dang, I used it all too. Every last little drop. Okay, let's go find some.
Joe's going to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. Hi, so Terry. How are you? Denise is going to work on her little tiny house. That's so cute. Regina said that they had a blast. I'm sure you did. Jim is anxious to see what Denise is working on. And then we have some highs, hellos.
Hey, yo, Patty. Yo, ha, ha.
Hi, yo, Patty. So
I get excited easily.
That's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind you getting excited. I don't mind you talking the whole time.
I like saying, yo, Patty.
Patty.
Hey, yo, Patty.
That sounds like
Fat Albert.
Yeah, I was thinking of the bear.
Oh, Yogi.
Yogi the bear. Hey, boo boo. Hey, yo, Patty.
Oh, she wants to see a video on your boho bag.
Who does?
Yo, Patty. She said, yo, Deb.
I will make a video on the boho bag. Maybe it's something that I have to do. I have to do videos on the weekends or when I have a day off because I don't have time during the week to make long format videos. Mono, I muted you. But I will make a video. They're really easy and they come together pretty easy too. If you like that type of bag, not everybody, some people like all the bells and the whistles.
Oh, she wants Joe's boho bag.
Oh. Well, that saves me work. And Joe does wonderful videos and lives.
Hey, Donna Dixon, how are you?
Donna, where's my bread? Where's my bread?
Oh, Joyce made the scissor case of Joe's and she forgot to put a hanging strap on it. Well, Joyce, I didn't put a hanging strap on any of mine. And I made 2 of them. Oh, this is so nice with having ink in it.
I didn't make any. Is she still muted? Do I need to unmute her? Do I need to unmute Mona? Or can she unmute herself?
I can unmute myself. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Some of you may be happy and some of you may be, oh, darn.
Well, you know, I'm always happy when you're here. So.
Me too.
Yeah, I did not sew these too awful good, but it'd be all right. I got
I miss my Mona when you're not around.
Well, yesterday I was busy in the pool. Me and Haley were out there. I'll probably take it down for a week because it's supposed to rain for a week. I have
Yeah.
to every day.
If well, I won't say anything about me getting in a pool. All I can say is I get very, very dark. Very, very dark. Very, very quickly.
I get very, very tired getting my butt up off the bottom of the baby pool.
I get very, very red, and then I just peel.
Well, I wear sunscreen because of my melanoma, but if not, I burn because of one of the medicines I'm on. But it was fun. Well, it was fun until I put my foot through my raft. I don't know if the plastic was dry rotted or what, but I went to scooch up on my raft and I used my foot. My whole foot went into the raft. I'm talking a hole this big.
How big is that pool? Hi, Teresa Louise.
It's like 102 inches by 72 or something. And the last one I had, you could fit 2 rafts, but not in this one. So it must have been smaller than my last one. And Haley's like, Mom, you had 2 of them last time. I go, no, that's when you were kids. I put up one pool for them to play in, and then I would lay right next to them so I didn't get jumped on. But they would leave their pool and come into mine. So I finally said, what's the point of having the second one? Of course, we were all a lot smaller then, too. So it may just be the size and people size difference.
Could be.
Or I had rafts. I don't know.
Do a live, Joe. That way people can ask questions, and then I can, if I miss your live, I can always go back and watch it. That's a good Friday one.
Yeah, I was too tired Friday to do my live. If I could go home and sleep for a while, it would be different, but I can't sleep. I'm just a walking idiot for a day.
Yeah, that's a long night to be up and then try to function. Especially if you're not getting consecutive sleep, it's just like cat naps here and there.
Yeah.
That's the worst. Nikki, did I say hello to you? Hi, Susan. Oh, you finished long arming the baby quilt? Good for you.
Ooh. Show it in the Discord if you want to.
Dabble projects are good. I like to see dabble projects.
I like all.
And I promise I won't steal your idea without giving you credit. I will say, look at this bag that I made that Joe taught us how to make. And here's her channel link.
Now, the thing with bags, there's only so many squares and rectangles that you can make. They're pretty much all the same.
Mm-hmm. It's like most of the things in the quilt world. Although I bet none of you have my mystery quilt. Oh, Deb.
My mystery quilt is not a quilt.
Mine isn't a quilt either.
Mine's is, what did it have to be? 24 inches?
Oh, that's only if you're making a quilt. It needed to be bigger than 24 inches.
Oh, well, I was making mine exactly 24, so I better up an inch. Mine'll be 25 by 25.
But if it's not a quilt, it can be any size. If you're making a handbag or whatever, it can be.
Well, it's going to be quilted. It's
And
just
I'm not going to say measure it. I'll give you all the credit. I'll give all the credit to Lisa in your channel.
I'll say it. I can say it, but I'm not doing anything. So
What?
that she needs to make it bigger.
Oh, you know what? I'm such an idiot. I counted 7, so instead of doing 7 across, I was doing 7 of each block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so
Who needs to do it?
4.
Who needs to do it bigger? Deb?
What?
Who needs to do it better?
I didn't say better. I said bigger.
Yeah, that's why I said who needs to do it bigger.
Oh, Mona.
Oh, you want
She's doing 24 and she needs to do 25.
Yep, I will.
You can do it in this size. Any size. Originally I said 24 feet. So
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have joined that one. Wonder how big it would be to be in the Guinness Book of Records.
That would have been a big quilt.
We'd all have to make so many feet and then mail them to somebody to put together so they could be on the Guinness Book of Records.
Oh, that would be cool. We should do that.
Don't worry, somebody will. It's out there. Somebody will steal the idea.
We could really do that, but who would quilt it? Would it be a quilt as you go? Like everybody has to make maybe a 3x3 and then we do a quilt as you go? But who would put the final thing together and drag it down?
You might have to have an old-fashioned quilting bee sitting out in your backyard to get it done. I don't know what the biggest quilt is. I have to look at Guinness Book of Records.
Jim, that's funny. Jim had all his scraps laid out for the 24-foot quilt.
Too funny.
But we could do that. We could do being the Guinness Book of Records.
Yeah, that would be funny. Just use all. I would say quilt as you go with scraps.
But Barry.
Somebody would steal the idea by the time we got it done.
Yeah. Barry,
just make it a foot bigger than theirs.
Barry, if you're listening to it, I'm sure Gracie Lou would love to sew that up for us, quilt that up for us.
Is it Gracie Lou or Gracie May?
Is it?
I don't know. I had it in my brain that it was Gracie May.
Oh, it might be Gracie May. Now
I bet you're right.
Hey, Tasha. All right.
If it was quilt as you go, all you'd have to do is sew it together.
All right, somebody in the chat, you need to go and Google what is the biggest quilt ever made and how
Yeah,
many
like
people
Guinness Book
made.
of Records.
Yeah, and
Jim Jim says it's 1.2 million square feet with 48,000 panels.
what?
Yeah, I'm out.
I don't know that many people that would sew that. Oh, oh my gosh.
1.2 million square feet, Teresa says.
Oh,
George
Jim,
is
Jim
busy.
says George would be busy.
I wonder how long I took them.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google it later so I can read it, just for
Yeah.
shits and vinegar.
As William says, patent pending, patent pending. Y'all, we're gonna make this big old quilt. We're just gonna.
Oh shoot! I took the. All right.
Oh, it was the AIDS awareness quilt. Now I remember that.
Yeah.
I just
I
got this
remember
part
that.
and started to sew it back together. Houston, we're
Nikki
not
says, I know this is touchy, but there's a suicide quilt. Each family made a quilt for their loved one and then laid them together. I forget where it was, but I saw it when I was younger.
Who said that?
Nikki.
I think I remember seeing it too. But
She said, or maybe it was AIDS.
But I remember the AIDS quilt.
right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, still got too many. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, that's right. Shoo! But I saw a hole.
All right, Tasha, you get them chores done.
She was up late last night on Williams.
You were up on Williams.
Yeah, I was on there for a while.
Yeah.
I was hand piecing and doing some EPP and came in here to measure and decided I couldn't measure and went back out there. It was just walking around doing nothing.
And you know what the funniest thing is? I think Rita does one of your things, which is when she's gone, she's gone. It's just she's gone. She's on. If you blink, she's not on the screen anymore. I was watching them this morning while I was sewing, which is why I'm not sewing now. Oh, now I'm paying the price. But caffeinating, carrying on. You know, that's the one thing is that when you have children doing things outside of your norm and not getting that correct sleep pattern really takes a different toll than people who do not have children in the home. Because you really can't just kick the kids out of the house and say, like they used to, like our parents used to do, which is go play down the street. You know,
my mom used to lock the door. See you at lunch.
Yep. So they could get rest or do whatever they needed to do, whatever they were doing. And most of the times it was watching soap operas.
Oh, my mother didn't watch soap operas.
Mine did.
My mom did. She kicked us out of the house because she didn't want us watching all that foolishness that she was watching.
But I'll be getting my pine tree cut down, or not my pine tree, my pear tree cut down, and the tree that's up against my house trying to damage my roof.
We're going to have ours cut. It, you know, we had that really bad storm the other night.
Young and the Restless. Before, I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for?
Oh, I interrupted Deb while she was talking.
Oh.
It's okay.
No, go ahead.
All right. 1, 2.
Well, we lost another limb the other night when we had that really bad storm. And what does Kelly say? Oh, my new roof! He
They're
said,
expensive.
well, it shook our whole house when it hit.
Oh, scary.
So he went running out there to check on it in the rain. And he says, oh my God. He says, that tree's coming down.
Yeah, my
So
mom
he's
had
got
it down, and so did my aunt.
God.
But your roof is like insured. Hi, Jess.
Our roof is what?
Hi, Jess.
Your roof is insured, right?
Yes. But we just had that other claim on it and we got a whole new roof out of it. So that's why he was so upset about his roof.
No, I meant because it's shingles, right?
Yeah.
The shingles should be insured.
Well, we just didn't want to go through all that again.
Well, if there's a crack or something on it, maybe because you don't want any leaks.
No. He'll finish going up there and checking.
Oh, I hate walking up on the roof.
Well, he doesn't like to get on the roof because it's a 2-story house.
Oh, uh-huh. Well, who spots him?
Well, I try.
You gonna catch him?
But we also have a deck on the back of our house, so he can get up there closer from there.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, too, not a whole lot of the neighbors see me out there.
I was just wondering who was out there spotting him.
Well, it used to be my ex-son-in-law, but Kelly doesn't want to have to call him for anything. Nikki says you don't want to turn in too many insurance claims. Some carriers will drop you.
Yep.
They will.
Yep.
Oh, Jim says it's not the height that hurts you, it's the sudden stop at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to go up on my roof and just take my loppers up and cut off a few branches, but nobody would loan me their bladder. Not their bladder, their ladder. I think they were afraid. And I said, I'll walk gently.
Oh, Nikki was watching Ryan Hall for all those storms that we had. See, I even have Nikki watching out for me.
Well, I was watching, and remember I told you that I didn't know if the hump or the lump or the boot or whatever you called it.
I call it a hump.
What's a hump?
Iowa on the right. When you're looking at a map on the right side, it's the hump, and I'm at the bottom of the hump where it goes east and west. It's the only place where the Mississippi River runs east and west.
So Terry says she can't loan out her bladder if she needs it daily.
Joe says she's not giving you her bladder either.
Oh, wait a minute. I need.
But I will mail you some Depends.
Denise Beagle says she's seen the AIDS quilt. It was big.
I'm sure. It sounds like it was big. I don't know if I would have had such an impact back when they made it, but if I saw it now, I'd probably be so intrigued by it. But y'all, we're gonna beat that. we need to find a mission. Why are we making this? Why are we making the quilt? Because we have FOMO and buy too much fabric, and this makes it look like we're doing something with it.
Oh, apparently I missed the garbage yesterday.
Okay, I'm not ironing this yet.
You mean that?
Roll away.
Yeah, I can't do the roof, and I don't know how helpful I would be if my husband fell off the ladder or something.
I used to be able to do the roof, but I was much younger then.
I will do it for my husband, but I like I said, I don't know how helpful I would be right now because I think he would take me out as well as the ladder.
Well, you're supposed to move out of the way if they fall.
I'm too old to have that kind of reflexes. Like, oh, something's falling on me. Let me move. Yeah. Plus, I don't like him going up on the roof anyway.
Yeah. Just pay the guy. Did you ever
Aunt
see
Beth says, I've had mornings where I wished mine was removable so Scott could take it and empty it so I wouldn't have to get out from under the covers.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I get up all night long. I just walk in my sleep.
You don't bounce at this age.
Yeah, that's the thing. And ever since the doctor told me I had my
cholesterol,
I had osteopenia of the hip and that I would be prone to hip fractures.
yeah,
I'm like, well,
but it ain't happening.
Huh?
I said I need a hip replacement, but it ain't happening.
Yeah, so I don't
that crap.
I don't want to put myself in situations where,
I looked at that. I didn't do the exercises yet, but I looked at that yes to next or next to yes or whatever with the mom and the older lady.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do those.
That's what I do.
The other lady, somebody said she was too skinny and it just pissed me off. So I'd rather go with the older people.
There was a woman that I used to watch. She had videos and it was a 30-minute walk in place, but some of it you were kind of like jogging. I mean, she called it a walk or a brisk pace. I called it a full out run. It was like my little legs couldn't keep up with her. Oh, they're disgusting.
Right now, it's just too hot to walk. So I thought, well, I am going to go to the gym and just use that machine I like, the leg press.
Mm-hmm.
Well, basically, that's about the only machine I know how to use besides that and the treadmill.
I like the treadmill.
I'm going to use that one.
Put some music on. Joe inspires me because she's always talking about her protein shakes and getting on the treadmill.
I don't like any of those health shakes.
Some of them are not bad.
The texture, I don't know what it is. They just make me want to gag.
I agree with Joe that the liquid form is much better than the powdered form.
Just eat some meat. I said, eat meat.
Well, unless you're going to fry you up a steak 3 times a day. But she is getting protein because she actually exercises. And Joe, how long do you run or walk for in the morning on your treadmill? Knowing you, it's probably like an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, this doesn't have to be treated right. We don't mind.
Okay, so muscle milk tastes great. Melanie said both her hips have been replaced. Jess said that she probably adds the protein shake mix to her coffee in the morning. Joe said that she runs for 40 minutes.
Oh, I don't run.
Oh my gosh.
I have a nosebleed.
Joyce says, I guess I'm lucky I'm 69. My hips are in good shape. I never thought I had a problem. You know, I had that DEXA the other 2, 3, I don't know. I have that DEXA, and they were saying that I had osteopenia. But I guess it is better than osteomalacia.
I just have an autoimmune disease. It just screws up my whole body.
That will do it, especially if it's in one of those organ cycles where it's doing weird things to your organs.
Yeah. So I have to watch. I figured. He said as long as I don't get more than 2 shots a year, I can hold off on the hip replacement. I said, good.
But it must be a genetic thing because my daughter, you know, who's a little heavier than I am, she has hip problems too. And she's had them for a while.
But usually when it's bad, if I go to physical therapy, it helps. And then I can, keep from getting stuff done to me.
Just started wall Pilates, and it has shown me muscles that I never knew existed. That is correct. Pilates will do that.
Oh yeah, that'll kick your good ass.
Melanie said she has osteo everything. And Joe said I have to do every day, one day with a walk test.
See, my bones are all okay. It's in between the bones. The autoimmune I have dries everything out in your body. So, like, there's no fluid or whatever. My body's like bone on bone.
Although, thankfully, they have a lot of,
yeah.
They
got that new lube that you can put in your bones.
For the
I don't know what it's called, but
for the synovial fluid. It's not a lot of
and remember I was telling you our hospital closed? Well, now where I go, they're going to have they're putting in all new x-ray equipment and all that here.
Oh, that's good.
So then you won't have to travel. You'll still have to go for surgery, which is fine by me because I like it there. But for the rest, you can just stay right at home. Well, starting a new it's nothing but an emergency room they're opening up in the next town over. Not this place. Another place is doing the emergency. But my doctor's office, it's all the physicians got together and are pooling their money and doing it, which I don't blame them. because they're pretty much at the mercy of all these other people. So they took it into their own hands.
That's good because in my town and for a big radius, as in many small towns, we have no level one trauma center. The closest trauma center that we have is 30 minutes away. So you just better hope that your small town 911 person is not somebody that you don't get along with.
Yeah, when I lived in upstate, the hospital, it was all done through a bigger hospital.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no doctors really there.
We have walking clinics. So we don't have any level one. If you go in with a heart attack, they won't even give you nitro or anything.
Oh, geez.
The
You think they would try to stabilize you?
Lawsuits.
Mm. Now, my mom, when she was in the hospital for a test, what do you call it, neurologist or whoever the person was, they didn't even come in. A little computer strolled in, and he was on the screen. To see the doctor anymore.
It was a Jetsons computer.
It reminded me of Sheldon on The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, yeah.
And I was laughing. She goes, "What the hell's this?" I go, "Mom, it's the doctor. He's just on the screen. He probably doesn't want to come in or get germs or something."
They probably got that idea from Sheldon, The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, that could be.
It's like, oh, we should do that. But Mrs. Jim said your fabric is very pretty.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I picked the green.
Who's Mrs. Jim?
Jim's wife?
Oh, what's her name in the chat so I know?
No, Jim is relaying. Or Jim is.
Oh, okay, gosh.
And because some people are on witness protection, we just refrain from saying names. Mrs. Jim.
That's cute, Mrs. Jim.
Kind of like you call my honey honey. Yep. Instead of calling him by name because he doesn't want his name out there.
Well, that's why I changed my name to Mona.
But now my husband was giving me a time. Deb and I were still on the live call at the end this morning.
It's funny because she always says it's just me and Deb now.
Yeah, because he doesn't like to, when I'm live, he doesn't. Yeah. But he was something else. Deb saw the real side of him this morning. Accusing me of taking things I didn't take. Moving things.
Oh, these are all to be trimmed. Okay, no. I could have swore I turned that TV off.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm gonna go turn it off, and sometimes it comes on by itself.
Well, I have 3 TVs, and all of them are the same brand, and all the remote controls work on every TV. So sometimes I'll turn off the TV in here,
and it turns on the other one.
Yes, I'll hear talking in the other room, and it's on a work day, so I know my husband's not home. I'm like, what is going on? I think it's like that one time where your TV kept turning on and off.
Oh yeah. We blame it on Goober now.
She was blaming
Haley.
Haley for it.
Because that would be something she would do. But it wasn't her. It happened when she wasn't home.
The first time it was when she was upstairs.
Yeah.
So Mona kept saying, "Will you stop it?"
And she was innocent. Innocent.
Well, I don't know about innocent, but
for the first time in a really long time.
Boy, did I sew these up really goofy.
I was telling my daughter about the Minecraft movie. And I said, "Can you believe your Diddy watched that movie?" I don't know if I could watch it more than once, but she said the kids have watched it more than once. And there was something else on TV that I want. Oh, so has anybody watched? Excuse me for my allergies. Has anybody watched Ballerina? Any of you John Wick fans out there?
I've watched John Wick before, but whatever that you said, never heard of.
Well, it's from, I think it's supposed to be from the John Wick.
Yeah, I watched John Wick, but I've never heard that.
What?
I haven't been on TV much, so that could be the problem.
So I'm just wondering if anybody has watched Ballerina and if it's worth my time. But I don't know if, I think you have to buy it. So I think it's one of those shows, you know, that you purchase. That was, I don't know. Because I like John Wick.
Oh,
I love John Wick.
Yeah, that's what would happen if you came in my neck of the woods trying to mess with me. Hurt my dog.
Burn my house down.
That's right. Call me out of retirement. Definitely that's happening to you. Jim said it's a new spinoff that he hasn't seen yet. Yeah, my husband wants to watch it. I guess it won't hurt to watch it. There just hasn't been very many good things on TV, and my husband loves to watch them Food Network challenges.
KD says it has a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. She hasn't seen it. Terry's wanting to know, Mona, did you move your room around again?
Yeah, just a little. My chair kept sliding backwards, so I had to move it because my floor is not level. The other chair didn't roll backwards because it was so broken it didn't move. But this one really rolls.
There was a movie, I don't even remember what show it was.
Make sure my cows are going the right direction. No chipping of the cows. Oh, there was one.
Did you say no chipping of the cows?
Yeah. Don't want any upside down cows.
Hi, Bud Files.
Hi, Bud Files. Hi, everyone I missed because I'm not playing with it today.
Yo, everybody.
Try and get up for your live. I turned it on, said hi, and then set the phone down, and boom, I was asleep.
I do that on a lot of people's nighttime lives. You know, the ones that come on after 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, y'all, but I just can't hang, especially if I'm up at 1:30 in the morning. And I will start watching them, and the next thing I know, my husband is waking me up from the magic chair saying, "Come on, let's go to bed. Let's go to bed."
Usually just turn them on in bed and then fall asleep. But last night I was up in my chair.
You know, I don't watch anything in bed. I don't watch.
I have to have the noise.
I have a fan and I have a air purifier that makes a noise. But if I have my phone on, if I'm watching something or reading something, it's too much stimulus and my brain doesn't turn off.
Oh, I keep the sound down low and just have like a light background noise.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'll just put on one of my old videos and watch it, and that always puts me to sleep.
You know who puts me to sleep is Andrew Zimmern.
Who?
Andrew Zimmer. You know, the one that eats all that weird food.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
He puts me to sleep. Oh. He's hard. And there was somebody else I was watching, and at night,
What happened?
that whenever I watch this person's live, I fall asleep as soon as they start talking.
So Terry's chair leaves the room on its own. That would be a little dangerous.
Yeah, she says she has to watch when she goes to sit down. She says because sometimes it's not there.
TV just came on by itself again. Maybe it's the vibration of this machine over here.
I don't know. Is Haley home?
She's upstairs.
Is she watching TV?
Probably not. She doesn't watch too much TV. She mostly watches videos or listens to audiobooks. That's why I'm always screaming, because she can't hear me with her headphones in. And then she was complaining she can't hear. I go, well, that's because you always got headphones in. It's making you deaf. Turn down the sound.
There's some people who does the reading of the audiobook or the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't listen to them because they make me really tired. I mean, really, really tired. They shouldn't be reading the books because they have no
This quilt is a little bigger than I thought. Jeez.
Jim said that you might have a timer set in your TV menu you don't realize you have on.
That could be because this was my uncle's TV. And they were getting rid of it because it didn't work. I plugged it in and it turned on. So.
Oh, Terry, that's funny. He said, "He's telling Jim, I'm telling you, the chair rolled out of the room. It needed a bathroom break, apparently."
How many of these I'm supposed to do? Check and see. Let's see.
I don't know because I don't know. I can't remember what you're working on. Oh, let's
Eyebrows already. Where's the little paper?
Nikki B. Nora from the podcast Terrible. Thanks for asking. Has one of those soothing voices. Yeah, there's a couple people that I have listened to. There is, because I watch different things, and there's one legal channel that I watch, and it's like blah 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 blah, or I attempt to watch, and it's blah 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Well, that's pretty much how it goes when I'm reading medical journals too. It's like, wah, wah, wah.
That sounds like Charlie Brown when he's in school.
Yep. And that's what it sounds like when you listen to him. Blah, 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 blah. And there is nobody for me to be accountable with, so I have to be careful I don't fall asleep. So I don't generally watch those during the day. I'll listen to them at night when my husband's watching something, and the next thing I know, he's waking me up. Especially after you've eaten a heavy meal or high carb meal or something.
My husband just lets me sit there.
Oh, he doesn't wake you up to go to bed?
No.
Go there.
But I don't usually stay asleep for very long. He just laughs at me when he sits there and looks over at me. He says, I knew you were sleeping. He says, I'm just amazed that you don't snore when you're sleeping out here. I can snore with my CPAP on.
Yeah, I snore.
Why do you leave you out there? So he can get to sleep first.
Well, I'm usually asleep first, so.
Oh.
He's the one that he's poking me. It used to be me poking him. But he pokes me and he says, you need to adjust your mask or something. Because you're snoring.
Okay, we had a different idea of poking over here.
That's when the fake snoring happens.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, ever since the last time I was sick, I have found that even with the chin strap on, the jockey strap, thing, I still breathe through my mouth, and that air just goes in my nose and out my mouth, and it dries me out. He says, I don't know how you can get your mouth open with that chin strap on. He says, apparently you need it tighter.
Or you're removing it and you don't know it while you're sleeping.
No, it's on me. Because sometimes I snore so bad that it wakes me up.
I'm a snorer. I never used to be, but apparently. Apparently I am now.
Well, now the noise that I make when my mouth opens and the air just comes shooting out, that annoys him. And I said, well, I think you just need to get used to it because I don't have a problem with it. And he's like, I just think you need to fix it. He says, maybe you need the chin strap tighter. I said, no, I don't need nothing tighter.
Well, there's a lot of older couples or couples that have been married for a long time that actually have different bedrooms because their mate um, snores so loud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my grandparents had their separate rooms. I bet you that's the way they still stayed married. I
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know, but
about the only way I could stay married is if I had my own house and they lived, somewhere on the property and only came when I called them.
oh my gosh.
You need to come visit.
No, I like being married. There are times when there's times when we get on each other's nerves, but I like being married.
Nikki B said she tried a CPAP. It didn't work for hers. Yeah, I ripped mine off at night. But they have these devices now that they can implant in below your skin that shocks you or something and get you awake.
Yeah.
Does something. So if I get any worse, that's what I'll get.
Shoot, it'd be shocking me all night long.
I was gonna say, why would you want something that's gonna shock you in the middle of the night?
That's why I don't want nothing to shock me.
It's not a jolt that's going to put you on the ground. Just enough to open up whatever they're shocking. And some dentists can do some kind of mouth guards too, but a friend of mine had that, but I don't know. He said they worked, but who knows if they really did. Oh, wow, this one's way off. Right, okay.
Hi, Candace.
Hey, Candace, how are ya? Gambling right away.
That's what it's there for.
Or Walter sleeps against me. I would probably go through me a shock my pup. Oh, I never thought about that. The cat sleeps on my hip. Sometimes my bad shoulder, but I usually buck them off.
And move. I think it.
My TV came on again. I give up.
I was watching one of William's lives or the replays of his lives, and he had like earthquake going that his whole thing shook. Don't you love when people can come into your hi Sheila? People can come into your home and entertain themselves.
Yeah.
No.
Huh?
No, I don't want them here.
No, I mean in YouTube when they come to your when they can entertain. They're all playing shell. Of course, you can't do that on Debs, but I try.
No, because I don't know how.
I try.
Just gotta
At least they
turn
keep
it
that
off.
info to themselves.
What are you guys making for lunch? For those of you who are on the Eastern or Central, or even for you that are on the Pacific time zone.
I think I'm gonna have leftover salad.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Mona, Sheila says that it sounds like your TV is haunted. You should talk to the paranormal guy.
I told you, it's my dog Goober. He used to love to get me going, so I just blame it on him.
Is that where he's at? Is he in that room?
Yeah, him and Henry are on the same shelf because they were like frenemies.
Uh-huh.
They would get along, but they would, tolerate. Henry didn't like him at first, but then when Goober knocked him on his ass, then he was fine. Oh, sorry. I guess I should wipe my mouth here. Forgetting where I'm at. I get a little testy when I'm. Oh, I didn't even do this shit. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I gotta mute myself. I need a break.
Okay.
Her needs a break already.
A bio break, probably.
I don't know.
Why do I have so many scraps?
Oh, I got one whole step done.
Oh, did you?
Woo!
I'm not even going to do mine. I told you I'm going to turn mine into. I tell my husband women don't snore. So this is the thing. My husband used to tell me that I didn't snore, that I purred. So I'm thinking all this time I snored, and he is just now telling me the truth, and he used to lie to me before.
Oh.
No, because when does a purr become all of a sudden become an all-out snore?
Denise says, I tell my husband women don't snore. Hi, Joydy.
Hi, Jordy.
Hello.
Hello.
No, not yet.
Did anybody say what they were cooking?
No.
Donna's probably making bread, so I'm not even asking her.
Well, I was gonna have salad till you ooed it. Now I'm thinking maybe I should just get me some donuts for lunch.
Joy says, this woman definitely snores. I woke myself up before.
When is Sheila having?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, the friend of her daughter's is vegan, but she doesn't like salads.
Hello,
you know how hard it is to find a restaurant for her in meat loving Texas.
Hello, Deb Clutter. Hello.
Yay!
Deb.
Yay! Hi, Deb.
She's got a new video out with little hearts. I got it in my favorites to watch.
She does. And Deb is the young lady that I keep saying y'all need to follow, that I purchased my little bobbin cases for in my seam rippers and everything, and she does an excellent job.
Yeah, I love my stuff.
Fern is making chicken vegetable soup.
Okay.
My salad sounds better than that.
Nikki made a ramen noodle salad with sunflower seeds.
Ooh, sunflower seeds. That sounds good.
Different. That sounds interesting.
No. Now my cows are all upside down.
Aunt Beck says, I call those breaks a moment for attitude adjustment.
I'd need those all the time.
So would I.
Oh my goodness, this one's going to the very end. It's the shortest out of all the blocks.
Joydy says either making pork chops or buying Mexican or Indian.
Ooh. All right, now. Oh, that's upside down.
Jim says, I need that light, Deb. Please send me the details. This long one here? I think I just put the the paperwork on it in my drawer with all my manual stuff.
Did you buy it from Amazon?
Yes, sir, ma'am.
So you can go to your history. You can go to
Yeah,
your
it's in my history. Yeah,
share the link in a Discord.
because I was looking at those ot lights, and my God, those are expensive. So I went to Amazon and was looking. That's where I found it.
Yeah, I have an aunt light that I purchased from our Joann's when it was going out of business, and it was the few. There wasn't a lot in the shop because this was their final days, closing days, and there is a hum to that alt light. There, and it's my husband cannot hear the hum, but I can hear the hum, and I cannot use it. I don't even like it being in the room with me when it's on.
Donna Dixon says, yes, baking bread and grilling hot dogs.
Well,
Okay, Jim, I'll look it up and find out which exactly one it is because I love it because it's flexible here
mhm.
and I can bend it any way I want.
Well, I wanted one.
I gotta have light right down on what I'm working.
I wanted one so bad, and when it was on sale, I purchased it. And it could be that it was a return and they just stuck it on the shelf and whatever. But there's a hum
Yeah.
to it. My husband uses it, but I don't like it.
I hear things beeping all the time, and I said, something's beeping, and he's like, I don't hear nothing. And I said, well, it's something of yours, and it's beeping.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I don't hear nothing.
I use those book lights. They're rechargeable, and you can clip them on everywhere. And I think I got them on Amazon, too, for like $17 or something.
I have some of them.
And it'll fit right on the bed of my machine. And then I can put one on my bedpost if I want to read or something. Or sometimes I'll just sit there. If I'm doing EPP, I hook it up to my shirt so I got light to see what I'm sewing.
Asking, have you tried adjusting the bulb in your ottoman light?
The what?
Have you tried adjusting the bulb?
No, I have not.
Adjust, Jim.
It made me mad, so it's up in my closet. But it's one of those the small. It's the one that looks like a lantern or something. It's shaped like that, and it's.
Deb Clutter says the more light the better.
What did she say?
The more light the better.
Yeah.
And Joe uses clipbook lights too.
Yeah, and you can put them on when there was no power at my uncle's before they got the generator fixed. I strapped him right on his walker, and that worked really well. He had like headlights on his walker.
I use the book lights when I'm working in the living room. On those rare occasions that I am working on a hand sewn project or EPP.
Are we allowed to ask you questions about your project? Is any of it hand sewn?
Which project? The work thing? The mystery thing?
Yeah.
None of it is hand sewn. Deb has seen the almost full completed project.
Yeah.
Well,
she better.
That's because I'm not doing the mystery sew along.
Yes, I was
trying to figure the sneak peek you did. It had a lot of the shapes that are in that challenge.
That was the material. That was just the fabric.
I know. But you didn't say it had to be sewn. You just said it had to have those blocks in it.
Yep.
Those shapes.
That's all I said. And use your imagination. Do whatever.
Yeah.
Do whatever. And I did whatever. You guys will be surprised.
Well, I finally got. Well, I had quilted the Singing in the Rain. So yesterday I'm trimming it. And I was just going to take the blue borders off the side because it was wide enough and leave the blue borders at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I chopped them all off. So now it's going to be throw size. But that's all right.
Well,
so now I have enough from what I cut off of the backing to use for binding. Last night I sat there and seam ripped it all so I could get every ounce of fabric on there. So I have that to bind. And then I got another one all sandwiched ready for the cutie.
well, I just keep seeing little peeks of what people are working on, or, you know. And it almost makes me want to go and do another one. Almost.
Another what?
Another Mr. Quilting. Mine will be done. Mine will be completed this week.
Joe says Jesse put his paw on my phone and blocked Nightbot.
Oh.
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 Well, that'll block him completely out of your chat.
I hope he comes back. Let's see. Make sure you if you have a channel to drop !Be kind, to drop your link if you do not have it pre-populated. Let's see. I might have to bring them back in. Oh, there's Nightbot. So I brought him back in. Hopefully he'll stay. Hopefully Nightbot's feelings didn't get hurt. And Joe, don't be sorry.
I blocked Terry on accident because I went to say something and it blocked and I hit the wrong button.
Well, sometimes if you are a moderator on somebody else's channel and the chat is moving really quick, it's easy to make a mistake like that, to accidentally block somebody.
Yeah, it is.
I'm on the last row, but I'm not sewing the rows together today because I might need to trim them up. So Terry said, "Oh no."
I'll be right back. I gotta go set my beef out.
Yeah, you're gonna get hungry.
Yeah, I don't know if Haley. She told me to set out pork chops. I said, I don't know where they are. You rearrange everything. Get it out yourself. I can't even find anything in my kitchen. Every time I go, it's moved. I'm like, stop organizing my kitchen. I like it the way it is. Not that I cook.
I can't trim this here. I don't have no room.
She's going to make a tuna sandwich with chopped relish. Oh, that sounds good. I could go for an egg salad, but we don't have any eggs.
That sounds good.
I'm
making my Mongolian beef and fried rice. So I have to set out the meat to get some of the chill out of it.
Oh dear Lord. I'm trying to trim your thread, people. It gets caught. I think I'm just gonna have a leftover walking taco.
Oh, that sounds good.
Nikki B wants to come to your house for dinner.
Certain things I prefer to just make my own instead of purchasing that. Because there is one spice that people like to use a lot, and I do not like it. Well, there's actually two spices that when they're making Chinese or Asian food, and that is five spice.
I never heard of it.
A lot of foods people use Chinese five spice or star anise in it, and I do not like either. I might like some of the spices individually. I just do not like it together because I think the five spice has star anise, and I don't like star anise.
I don't know what any of that is. My spices are
Salt and
rosemary, thyme, and garlic. And the other one, paprika.
but I don't really cook.
I don't
So-
like oregano.
You don't like oregano?
Oregano.
Did you all see Annette's video that she posted?
I have not looked at it. I had a pop up.
She's on that Alaskan cruise.
Oh. No.
And let me tell you, if you get sick from motion sickness from people moving their phones too fast, don't watch it. 'Cause it was making me queasy watching it, and it takes a lot for me to get feeling like that.
Woo-hoo. All of my rows are done. Yippee skippy doo.
Yay.
Now I got to put them in the order that they're going to be sewn.
Does that mean we're almost at a stopping point?
Yeah, I could stop.
Well, I don't want to.
Hi,
Stop.
Giovanna.
If you're on
I'm not going to sew anymore today because I want to iron all these panels before, I sew them together. And then maybe trim a few because they look a little sketchy.
Giovanna says oregano is very good for your health.
I don't like it. I don't mind it if it's in, but I don't like it where I could taste it. My go-to is sweet basil. It is so much. Oh, well, and I use bay leaf in some of the soups and stuff. But I do not like oregano. No,
Joyce says she's not a fan of basil or cilantro.
Oh, I don't like cilantro. To me, it tastes like soap.
I'm not a big fan of cilantro either. But I like oregano.
Yeah, and I love sweet basil. I could just pour that in.
I'm not a big basil person.
I like going out to the garden, picking some basil and rough cutting it on my pizza or putting it in a salad. I haven't tried the minette basil yet. It just looks so cute. I don't dare eat it. It's got little white flowers on it. I don't do the whole drying process like a lot of people do. I just use it fresh all summer, and then when it's gone, it's gone.
Nikki thinks that cilantro is soapy too.
Yeah, I'm not a big cilantro.
Well, as a matter of fact, all herbs are good for you. No, not all, but most.
Yeah, there's some herbs like what is it, nightshade? That's not good for you.
Yeah.
That will unalive you real quick.
Yeah, and you have to watch some of your more medicinal herbs that they don't mess with your medication.
Mhm.
Squeeze lime over cilantro. Yummy. I like lime, but not cilantro.
I like lime too. I'm just not a big cilantro fan, but you know, to each their
Giovanna
own.
said you can freeze them. I don't have room in my freezer. I have a little tiny above the fridge freezer, so I can't freeze anything.
Everybody has different taste as far as food goes.
Yeah, my friend, she doesn't like rosemary and thyme. And I'm not a big fan of sage, but I don't mind it in food.
I like sage. I do like sage. There's just some flavors.
Yeah.
I like warm flavors. I do not like floral flavors.
And I like cumin. I put that in my chili.
I like cumin too.
I don't like the one that's good for you, but that spice can affect your health. The red one, not paprika, the other one.
Turmeric.
Yes.
Yeah, too much turmeric can actually affect some of your medications.
Mm-hmm. Nikki B likes tarragon.
I like tarragon.
It's okay.
I like tarragon.
That's the one that tastes like licorice.
There's certain flavors that they're more comforting because it's what I grew up with. You know, there's some
Hi, Gladys.
Licorice ones.
Hi Gladys.
Hi, Gladys.
There's just some things I prefer and some things I.
Joy says sage is okay, but some people overdo it in sausage and dressing.
Yeah, I agree. You know, and
anise is the licorice one. Okay, that's the one I can't stand. And I used to love licorice as a kid, but
well, that's why I don't like star anise because star anise has this licorice taste.
And it could be because I tried that ouzo, and so ever since then I haven't liked licorice.
I think it's because it tastes like the black licorice.
Yeah.
I used to love the black licorice.
I cannot stand the black licorice.
I like black licorice. You know, the Good and Plenty? I used to like Good and Plenty.
Oh, I still like Good and Plenty.
But I do not like, and I like black licorice, but I do not like I don't like licorice in my food. I'll eat it.
No, me either.
You know, I eat it on the side, but I don't want my food to taste like licorice.
Hi, Auntie B Creations. She says, ooh, fresh basil pesto. I love fresh basil pesto.
Yes. Yes.
Warmed olive oil and fresh baked bread. Yummy.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you get some toasted pine nuts in there.
I want Donna's bread.
Yep.
Then I'll put that stuff on it.
Okay, so let me just move this out of the way, and then we will say goodbye.
Joe's got a sad face for black licorice.
You're making me hungry.
She's got her what?
She's got a sad face for black licorice.
Oh. I'd much rather have black licorice than I would those red vines.
Oh, I don't like those either. I'm strictly a chocolate person. I like those frosted baked beans once in a while.
Terry likes licorice and Good and Plenty.
I like Good and Plenty. Also Parmesan. Giovanna. Every time I try to think, I gotta say this correctly before Giovanna corrects me. Parmigiano. As long as you put the Parmigiano in the pesto, everything will be okay.
Parmesan.
Huh?
Parmesan. I'm not Italian. I read it like what's on the label.
Chocolate.
I like Parmesan on my spaghetti.
Ooh,
Just like it sprinkled over the top.
yeah,
Oh no, not lightly sprinkled. It's like just give me the whole thing.
yeah.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Nikki
All
says, when my son lived in Kansas City, we went to the farmer's market. We'd get fresh bread and balsamic. They had every
yeah,
balsamic you could think of.
There's some balsamic vinegars I do not like.
I like balsamic vinegar on my French fries.
There's,
Lisa, Giovanna's laughing at you.
you should, because Giovanna, you and I are over there. You'd be saying, Lisa, pronounce the letters. It is Parmesan. We know.
Terry says mozzarella, basil, and tomato with balsamic.
Oh,
Chef's
yeah.
kiss.
That's good.
If you, like I said, if you have a good balsamic, because some are just more on the vinegary side.
Yeah.
Like, Giovanna, Parmesan. All right, y'all. I gotta go cook for my husband.
I gotta go eat something.
He was out doing the yard. I need to go get him some food.
Yeah, you got to get him some energy.
And then, so next week is on your channel, right, Deb?
Yeah.
Next
Already
week
scheduled.
we are doing this again next week on Deb's channel.
Yeah.
Mona does not do Monday lives. She does Friday lives.
No, I do Monday lives.
Oh yeah, you just canceled it. Was it the Wednesdays you canceled?
Yeah.
I can't keep up. So
I know, because my schedule keeps changing. I'm doing Mondays, and I added Friday lives, but this past Friday I was too tired, so I canceled it.
So check Mona's community, because depending on what's going on with her life and her work, she may or may not be on. Deb is on
tomorrow, as far as I know.
Deb is on Fridays at 3:00, and
Central.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I have to add that in, because otherwise Melanie will.
And then
so what time is what time is Eastern?
Mine is 3:00 Eastern time.
2:00 Central.
2:00 Central.
Okay, that's what
I always have to say it that way, because otherwise Melanie will pop in with the 2:00.
Right, Quilting in the Country, Lori, she goes live Mondays and Wednesdays at 10:00 Eastern time.
I think Joe goes on. Is it Joe or Lori goes on Mondays at 10?
That's Lori.
Oh, Lori. Okay.
And Sherry goes.
Joe goes on Fridays at 10.
10.
But she will do a pop-up during the week, depending if she has something.
Yeah, I think she was on Wednesday.
And Sherry goes on at 2:00 Eastern time. Sherry Urchin. So there's a lot of people to watch throughout the week. There's people coming on today, and Teresa Louise has been doing a lot of pop-ups.
Yes.
So look for her pop-ups. If you're not getting her notifications, go back in, unsubscribe, and then subscribe back. So you get, because she is working on this beautiful, beautiful collage piece.
Yeah,
the horse.
The horse is a horse, of course, of course.
But we are headed out, and we will see you throughout the week. We will see you
right in the garbage.
We will see you multiple times on Discord if you are part of that. And we will talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.